It's payday. You're sitting there, phone in hand, calculator app open, doing the math before the money even hits your account. Rent, car payment, groceries, insurance, that subscription you forgot to cancel. Maybe gas, maybe something left over, if you're lucky. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there's this quiet, exhausting question. When does it get easier? You're not broke because you're lazy. You're not struggling because you don't work hard enough. You're tired because no one ever sat you down and taught you the actual rules of money, the ones that make everything else make sense. Here's what's really happening. The system wasn't designed to teach you how money works. It was designed to keep you guessing. But there are 3 financial rules, simple, clear, life-changing rules that should have been taught in every classroom. Rules that, if you'd learned them at 18, would have completely rewritten your financial reality by now. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what those 3 rules are, why they rewire the way your brain makes financial decisions, how to apply them starting with your very next paycheck, even if you're starting from zero, and the 3 specific transformations they create: financial, emotional, and behavioral. Because here's the truth. Once you understand these rules, you stop being a hostage to your paycheck. You stop playing defense. You start building something that actually lasts. And the shift isn't just in your bank account. It's in who you become. I'm James, and I've spent far too much time breaking down how the rich actually think and what they do differently that no one ever teaches you. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start understanding, hit that subscribe button, because we're about to change the way you see money, 1 mile at a time. Let's be honest about something most people don't say out loud. You weren't taught how money works. You were taught algebra. You were taught the periodic table. You might have even learned how to dissect a frog. But no one ever pulled you aside and said, here's how to make your paycheck work for you instead of disappearing the second it arrives. And that's not an accident. Financial literacy isn't part of the curriculum because the system benefits when you don't understand the game. When you don't know the rules, you stay stuck. You stay stressed. You stay one emergency away from disaster. And here's what that does to you emotionally. It makes you feel like you're failing at something everyone else seems to understand. But you're not failing. You're just playing a game no one explained. And the moment someone hands you the rule book, everything starts to shift. So let me give you the 3 rules they should have taught you in school, but didn't. Rule number 1, pay yourself first, not last. Most people do it backwards. They get paid, they pay rent, they pay bills, they buy groceries. They handle everyone and everything else first. And then, maybe, if there's anything left over, they save it. But here's the problem. There's never anything left over because money expands to fill the space you give it. If you wait until the end of the month to save, your brain will find a way to spend it all before you get there. Paying yourself first means the second that paycheck hits, you move money into savings, investments, or your future before you pay anyone else. Not because you're selfish, because you're smart. Because if you don't prioritize your own financial oxygen, you'll always be gasping for air. And here's what happens when you flip that order. Your brain stops seeing that money as available. It adjusts. It adapts. It finds a way to live on what's left. And suddenly, you're not surviving paycheck to paycheck anymore. You're building. Rule number 2. Your money has only 3 jobs. This is the one that changes everything. Most people treat money like it's one big blob. It comes in, it goes out, and they have no idea where. But money isn't a blob. It's a tool. And every dollar you earn has one of 3 jobs. Grow, investments, savings, anything that builds your future. Protect, emergency funds, insurance, anything that keeps you safe. Work for you, income-generating assets, anything that creates cash flow without your time. That's it. When you start categorizing your money this way, something clicks. You stop feeling guilty about spending because you know your money is already doing its jobs. You stop feeling overwhelmed because you have clarity. You stop wondering where did it all go because you assigned it a purpose before it disappeared. And here's the real magic. Once your money has a job, it stops feeling like it's controlling you. You start controlling it. Now let me show you what happens when you combine all 3 rules. Let's say you make $3,000 a month. First, you pay yourself first. You move $300 into savings or investments before you touch anything else. Your brain panics for a second, but I need that money. No, you need a future, and this is how you build one. Second, you assign jobs to the rest. $1,000 to protection, rent, insurance, necessities. $1,200 to living, groceries, gas, life. $500 to growth or debt elimination, paying down bad debt or investing in something that compounds. Suddenly, you're not guessing. You're not stressed. You know exactly where everything is going and why. Third, you start looking at your debt differently. That credit card, bad debt. You attack it. That small business loan you're considering could be good debt if it generates more than it costs. You stop being afraid of the word debt and start asking the right question. Is this working for me or against me? And 6 months later, here's what's different. You have $1,800 in savings you didn't think you could build. You're not panicking on payday anymore. You feel in control for the first time in years. And 5 years later, you're looking at a net worth you didn't think was possible. Not because you got lucky, because you learned the rules. If you're still watching, take a second and ask yourself, what would be different in your life right now if someone had taught you this at 18? How much stress would you have avoided? How many mistakes would you have skipped? How much further ahead would you be? I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying it because it's not too late. You're not behind. You're just starting with better information now. And that's the point of this whole video. Let's go deeper into rule number 1 for a second. Because paying yourself first isn't just a financial hack, it's a psychological shift. Think of money like oxygen. If you're on a plane and the cabin loses pressure, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before helping anyone else. Not because you're selfish, because if you pass out, you can't help anybody. Money works the same way. If you don't take care of your financial future first, you'll always be in survival mode. You'll always be one emergency away from collapse. But when you pay yourself first, even if it's just $50, $100, $200 a month, you create a cushion. And that cushion doesn't just protect you financially, it protects you emotionally. Because here's what most people don't realize. Financial stress isn't about the number in your bank account. It's about the feeling that you have no control. And the second you start paying yourself first, that feeling starts to fade. You might still be tight on money, but you're not helpless anymore. You're building, and your brain knows the difference. Now let's talk about rule number 2, giving your money a job. Here's a simple exercise. Take out your last bank statement. Look at where your money went. I'm willing to bet most of it just disappeared. Not because you're reckless, because you never told it what to do. Money without a purpose evaporates. It finds a way to turn into takeout, random purchases, things you don't even remember buying. But when you give every dollar a job before it arrives, something shifts. Let's say you get paid $2,000. Here's how you assign it. $300, grow. This goes into savings or an index fund. You don't touch it. It's working on your future. $200, protect. This goes into your emergency fund until you hit 3 months of expenses. Then it shifts to insurance or other safety nets. $100, work for you. This goes toward learning a skill, starting a side income, or investing in something that creates cash flow. $1,400, live. Rent, groceries, gas, life. Now, instead of wondering, where did it all go at the end of the month, you know. You're not guessing, you're directing. And that clarity is worth more than the actual dollars, because clarity kills anxiety. And now, rule number 3, understanding debt. Let me give you a real example. Let's say you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest. Every month, you're paying interest on money you already spent. That's bad debt. It's working against you. Your only move here is to kill it as fast as possible. But let's say you take out a $10,000 loan at 6% interest to start a business that generates $2,000 a month in profit. That's good debt. because the return is higher than the cost. It's working for you. The difference isn't the debt itself, it's what the debt is doing. And here's the part that changes everything. Once you understand this, you stop being afraid of leverage. You stop thinking, I can't afford that. You start thinking, is this going to make me more than it costs? And that one question, that one shift in perspective is how people build wealth. Not by avoiding debt, by using it correctly. So here's what all three rules do when you put them together. They don't just change your bank balance, they change your relationship with money. You stop seeing it as something that controls you. You start seeing it as something you direct. You stop living in fear of the next expense. You start living with a plan. And maybe most importantly, you stop feeling like you're failing at something everyone else has figured out. Because the truth is, most people haven't figured it out. They're just better at hiding the stress. But you're learning the rules now, and that puts you miles ahead. Here's the thing they don't tell you in school. Financial freedom isn't about hitting a number, it's about hitting a feeling. The feeling that you're not one mistake away from disaster. The feeling that you have options. The feeling that your money is working with you, not against you. And these three rules, paying yourself first, giving your money a job, and understanding debt, are how you get there. Not overnight, not with some get-rich-quick scheme, but one paycheck at a time, one decision at a time, 1 mile at a time.
So let me leave you with this. The goal was never just learning the rules. It was unlearning the fear. Because once you see the system clearly, it stops feeling impossible. It starts feeling manageable. And that shift from overwhelmed to in control is the real transformation. Money doesn't fix your life, but it gives you the space to fix it yourself. And these three rules, they're how you create that space. Here's what you need to do next. Rule number 1, pay yourself first. Next payday, move something, anything, into savings before you pay anyone else. Rule number 2, give your money a job. Sit down and assign every dollar a purpose. Grow, protect, or work for you. Rule number 3, understand your debt. Look at what you owe and ask, is this working for me or against me? That's it. 3 rules, 3 decisions, 3 shifts that change everything. You're not behind. You're just starting with better information now. And if you want more videos like this, breaking down the rules they should have taught you but didn't, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. I'm James, and remember, progress happens 1 mile at a time. Now, go watch the video on your screen. It's the next step.